Welcome to Family Gamer TV News, where we look through the week in gaming news and bring you what's important to you as families. We'll start with the big stories. So last week we teased the teaser trailer for Angry Birds Epic. So that kind of, I think it was half a minute long trailer of just a knight and then a helmet falling off with a bird in it. We've got more details on the game now. So Rovio has announced that this is not what we might have thought a traditional Angry Birds experience in a medieval setting. In fact, it's something completely different for them. It's an adventure role-playing game. According to the Rovio website, it takes place in a fantasy version of Piggy Island, so you can assume we'll get kind of magical spells, maybe things like that. It's got, according to them, a gripping campaign with turn-based combat, crafting, and more. Sounds like Skyrim. They're doing a soft launch, so it's already available in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Now, the soft launch thing is interesting because the reason they're doing it is to test the game before they release it worldwide. But obviously, with the internet, anyone who really wants to play it can get hold of it still. And in fact, Wes has done just that. He's already had a go. So you can watch the video that we've got of him trying out the game, decide for yourself whether you think you'll like it. We'll put the link to the video in the description below. Those of us in the UK and the US, apparently our wait won't be too long, according to Rovio, so we should get it soon. Let us know what you think of the look of this game in the comments. If you've played the other Angry Birds, you might have some interesting things to say about the new direction the company is taking with this one. Now, another surprising new mobile game announcement comes from Atari. That popular franchise Roller Coaster Tycoon, which first came to PC in the late 90s, is now coming to mobile. So we're getting Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 mobile. It's the number 4, but I think they also mean the word 4. We've got a trailer of it which invites you to build the ultimate amusement park, invite your friends, and top the leaderboards online. This sounds like a very typical mobile game. It sounds like there might be in-app purchases. There'll probably be kind of sharing on Facebook, encouragement to invite your friends and things like that. Now, because of this, some people don't seem too happy at the announcement. Some of the comments below the YouTube video and on the Facebook page have been quite skeptical about whether this traditionally kind of PC game, this very well-loved franchise, should come to mobile at all. Perhaps because of this feedback, Atari then tweeted, rest assured, there is a PC experience in production now for release this year. Let us know what you think about this in the comments below, especially if you've played the older Roller Coaster Tycoon games. Now, that's not the only old franchise that's being brought to the modern world of gaming. Parents who watch these videos might remember the game Gauntlet as a 4-player coin-operated arcade game. Now, that's coming back as a top-down dungeon brawler for the PC. It's coming from Warner Brothers. They call it a completely modernized action RPG, and it's going to be part of their Warner Brothers Games Vault portfolio, which is digital games that are coming to multiple digital networks, according to them. Some of them new, some of them based on Warner Brothers and Midway arcade brands. So those of you who are old enough to remember the heyday of the arcade should be pleased at this news. So if any of our viewers do remember the original, feel free to let us know what you think in the comments below. We'd be interested to hear how you think this compares. Now, one brand new game that we've had a look at is Connect Sports Rivals. Andy went to the Twycross studio of Rare in the UK to try the game out. Now, this is an important game to think about because it's the first really experience for the Xbox One that's going to make proper use of the Kinect. Remember that the Kinect comes bundled in every single console. Now, Connect Sports Rivals will have, of course, football, tennis and bowling in it, like the older Connect Sports games, but it also has some new sports, including climbing, which I'm particularly interested in because I've just started doing actual, not video game, real-world climbing. It also has shooting and wake racing, apparently. Now, it's going to have a PEGI 12 rating, unlike the first Connect Sports, which was only PEGI 3, and that's not because of the shooting, which is what you might think. It's actually because of combat climbing, apparently, in which you can pull people off the walls. Definitely something that's not advised in a real-world climbing situation. We'd be interested to hear if this will put any potential players off. If you've got young kids, will you want them playing this game that's a PEGI 12 because of this combat climbing activity? Let us know in the comments. Now, also in the world of sports, Wii U owners in the US will be able to play Wii Sports Club for free this weekend. That's the 21st to the 23rd of March. Unfortunately, that only seems like it's in the States. We haven't heard anything from Nintendo of UK. However, we do get the free update that they're also getting in the States, which brings new golf courses to the game. That's apparently 9 classic holes from Wii Sports Resort, and that's available now. So if you want to go and download that now, well, when you finish watching this video, you can do. Now, finally in the news, we spoke about the British Academy Game Awards a couple of videos ago in our awards special. We told you the nominations then, but the actual event happened last week. You can check out the winners on the BAFTA website, but the big winners to think about are The Last of Us, which came away with the most awards. It got 5, including for Best Game Performer for Ashley Johnson, who plays Ellie. And then Grand Theft Auto 5, which got 3, including British Game and Multiplayer. And finally, Tearaway also got 3. That's a popular game with us, obviously, quite a popular family game. Unsurprisingly, that won the award for family, but it also got artistic achievement, which is really good to see. And we've got plenty of videos of The Last of Us and Tearaway on our channel, so if you want to find out more about these BAFTA-winning games, you can go and check them out. Now, moving over to more specific news, in the land of Skylanders. Now, we still don't have an official announcement with details of the next Skylanders game. Don't know what it's going to be called. But Blog One of Swords has had an interview with Toys for Bob co-founder Paul Reich, and I think I'm saying that right. Now, Toys for Bob is the studio that's developing the next Skylanders game, so this is obviously an important interview. And while he doesn't give any specific details, it seems like that's not just for PR reasons. He talks about wanting to surprise fans, which is obviously a good thing. It sounds like they've got a lot of stuff that they're kind of building up and they want to reveal. He talks about a new line of characters, so that's good news, which he says will be the best we've done, not only in terms of the cool characters and their powers, but the toys. So this could mean that the toys do something special that the older toys don't do. Think about the figures that we saw at the New York Toy Fair that looked like they had those glowing weapons. He also speaks about introducing people to fantasy adventure games and the idea of role-playing. Now, the Skylanders games are technically role-playing games already, if you think about it, because the characters level up. You build up their experience and then they grow in levels, you unlock abilities and things like that. But this suggests that there'll be some other kind of role-playing feature that will come to the game. If you've got any theories, let us know in the comments, but we should hopefully have some more details very soon. Now, Skylanders rival Disney Infinity, we haven't got any big news on a new Disney Infinity game or anything like that. We have got a little tip from fan site Disney Infinity fans. They've apparently found a way to play the game as Perry the Platypus rather than as his secret identity, Agent P. The figurine is called Agent P. And that's how he's dressed, he's in his secret identity, and that's how he comes in the game. But if you do this kind of secret technique, which I think is a glitch, then you can play as Perry the Platypus instead. And what you do is you have him throw his hat like a boomerang, I think it's a fedora that he wears, by pressing the right trigger, and then you press select or minus or back, depending on what console you're playing on, before the hat returns. Then you wait a few seconds and then you press either circle or A or B, and then he won't have his hat on anymore. He'll just have the 3 hairs on his head that kind of define him as Perry the Platypus rather than Agent P. So that's pretty cool. Moving over to Minecraft, there isn't much news this week. Most of the team for all the different Minecraft games seem to be at the Game Developers Conference this week, which is kind of a huge event in the games industry. So we might have some bigger news next week that comes out of that. But for now, there is a new PC snapshot, 14W11B, which changes the minecart physics, apparently makes the furnace minecart, quote, actually useful, improves the mob AI, and includes some surprises. So it'd be interesting to see what they are. If you find them, be sure to let us know. As far as the console versions are concerned, 4J Studios has tweeted that they plan to release 1 or 2 texture packs for the PS3 version, and we spoke about that when we spoke about the City texture pack for the 360 version, at the same time as Title Update 14, so hopefully that won't be too long. And finally, there are some new official Minecraft books coming out soon, on March 27th in fact, so that's next week. You can buy Minecraft the Official Construction Handbook, and Minecraft the Official Combat Handbook. The recommended retail price for these books is less than a tenner, so they could make really, really good gifts, maybe like a birthday present or just a reward for doing well or something like that. Check back later this week for an in-depth review of these books, or subscribe to the channel and we'll let you know when the video goes live. If you've got kids who play Minecraft and you're worried about the amount of time they're spending on their consoles or on their PC or iPad, these books are a great idea. It's still a book, still reading, still words, but it's still about Minecraft, so everybody wins. Now, that's all for news this week, so we'll move over to the charts. Remember, we sort these by PEGI rating, and that's not ability, it's suitability. So it's not about how difficult the game is, it's about the content of the game. Now, in the 3+ category, of course, at the top is FIFA 14. We have got a new FIFA game coming out next month. That's the 2014 FIFA World Cup Brazil game. Obviously, the World Cup happening alongside that. We've got a new trailer for that we can show you. Yoshi's New Island on 3DS. This is a new entry. It's 12th overall in the charts. This follows on from Yoshi's Island on the SNES and Yoshi's Island on the DS. So it's a new Yoshi's Island game for the 3DS. It has a really kind of cute aesthetic to it. I've been playing it. And then Forza Motorsport 5, which has pushed out Gran Turismo from the 3+ category. In the 7+ category, you've got the Lego Movie video game at the top again, which has pushed out Plants vs. Zombies down to second in this category. That's Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which is second, and Lego Marvel Superheroes. Lego's still doing incredibly well. In the 12+ category, we have nothing this week, but as we said earlier, Kinect Sports Rivals is going to be in the PEGI 12 category. So when that comes out, you can expect to see this in the charts in this category. In the 16+ group, Titanfall is at the top. This is a new game that's just come out at number 1 in the charts overall. It's actually increased Xbox One sales in the UK by 96% compared to last week. First-person shooter, but you can climb into these titans and stuff. It's really, really good fun, but it has no single-player campaign, which may put some people off. And then another new game, Dark Souls 2, which is new at number 2 in the charts overall, so hasn't quite managed to beat Titanfall despite being on multiple consoles. Now, this is a very difficult game, one of those that's designed to appeal to a particular subset of dedicated players who are prepared to put several hours, several dozens of, maybe even several hundreds of hours into this game to get really, really good at it. And then finally, Call of Duty Ghosts is third in the 16+ category. Over on 18+, it's exactly the same as last week. So South Park, The Stick of Truth, that RPG at the top there, Thief, and Battlefield 4. Now, as for new releases, we've got quite a few this week. On March 21st, which is this Friday in the UK, nothing in 3 or 7 categories as far as PEGI rating is concerned, but in the 12+ category, so hopefully we'll see the 12+ category in the charts have at least one occupant next week. Final Fantasy X and X2 HD Remaster, that's on the PS3 and Vita. That's, of course, a traditional Japanese role-playing game like the other Final Fantasy games. In the 16+ category, Infamous Second Son. So that's a new PS4 game exclusive to PS4 coming out next week. It's actually got Troy Baker, the voice artist who plays not only Joel in The Last of Us, but also Booker DeWitt in Bioshock Infinite. So he's getting around a bit. He is in Infamous Second Son. Check out my video of The Last of Us if you want to see a bit more of his work. And then there's also The Witch and the Hundred Knight on PS3, which is another JRPG. And that's only on PS3. In the 18+ category, we've got Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. This is actually not technically a full game. It's kind of like a prologue for Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. And that's coming to PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and 360. And then Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z, PS3 and 360, that's coming out. And that's a hack and slash game in the Ninja Gaiden series. They're known for being quite difficult, although this looks like it might be quite different from the previous games in the series. And then actually on March 25, so that's before I'll do the next news video, but not this Friday, we're getting some new DLC for the action RPG Diablo 3. So that's coming to PC and Mac. It's called Reaper of Souls. So that's it from me this week. Don't forget to let us know what you think of the new releases we've been talking about. So that's Angry Birds Epic, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and those new Minecraft books. If you've got any opinions on those, be sure to let us know in the comments below. And if there's anything we've missed, as always, also let us know below the video. Anything you want us to cover next time, we'll try and check it out. But for now, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.